Here at Smirking Gun Reviews, we want everybody to be able to enjoy The Handmaid's Tale in any way they see fit. So just as a warning, there's probably going to be some swearing in this video, so if you can't handle that, even though you're watching a show that has swearing in it, well, that's your warning. So have a great day. Thanks. Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews, back with more Handmaid's Tale. We're up to episode 3 of season 3 already, since they released them all at the same time. And this episode is called Useful, so full spoilers if you have not seen the episode. And just to get this out of the way, I never say it. It's in the description. If you ever want to message me on Twitter, I'm at Yesh8. It's YESSHH8. Just in case you want to hit me up on Twitter or you have any questions there. All right, so. Wow, okay, so. We get to see different sides of Lawrence and June trying to basically figure him out. And he thinks he's really smart, but he thinks he's got all the answers. I love when guys like him have to try to put other people down to make themselves seem smarter, and also just, I don't know, he's they're trying to kind of make him as like an Oscar Schindler type character, but he's also but Oscar Schindler, at least in the movie, he was likable. Bradley Whitford's doing a wonderful job, but he's not very likable in this. And so yeah, at the beginning of this, it's like a Martha apocalypse because a whole bunch of poor ladies are getting hung for what happened for that one girl. And so Marthas are dropping like flies, and that means the underground is taking a big hit. Big hit. I mean, there was a lot of girls up there, but I love that speech she has, just hoping that it's not her, that it wasn't for nothing. And would Lawrence do that? And we kind of go through that today. We get to different sides of Lawrence. But first, I just want to talk about Serena's arc. And again, if anybody knows how I feel about Serena, I don't think I'm alone in calling her a lot of bad names. I'm just not going to do. Maybe I won't swear in this episode. Who knows? But she does go through a good arc in this episode. And the further along we get, the more I feel like this is definitely a redemptive arc turn for her. If they were to... But there's a possibility here. Now, I feel like this episode kind of really does break that chain, that she's finally going to do things maybe the right way. And, I guess it's signified by her taking off the thing that they made for her to, forget this, that this, that this didn't happen kind of thing. But we also see where Serena got it in the first place. It seems like her mother's a real piece of work. And at first it's all, I want to help you, blah, blah, blah. But when push comes to shove, it's, suck it up, buttercup. Yeah, you can see where she got it. And while it wouldn't be impossible to see her crumble under her mother's pressure, I think they've gone too far now in these 3 episodes to establish that she is an ally. Because that's kind of another thing about this whole episode is June needs allies. And she at first, so let's finish off about Serena. So she takes her thing off. Yvonne is doing such a good job at having me hate her. That, it's a testament to her acting that makes me go, yes, I understand this redemptive arc, but I don't trust you still. There's just something there that I just, you know what I mean? It's whenever they try to make a villain, turn good all of a sudden, and the most of the cast is like, I don't know about you. You used to, that's what's going on here. And I honestly think that I'll probably feel this way up until she sacrifices herself or something like that, like I want. I feel like in the end I'll be like, okay, she paid her dues. And her taking this off and then getting in the ocean and washing her, it's, the symbolism is heavy, but fine, it's because, we have June's voiceover of, Mom, you wanted a women's movement and here it is, it's not what you wanted, but, and so I do like Serena's arc in this a lot, in this episode, and I hope that they continue this Because even though I'll never forgive the character for what she's done and she must die, I will hopefully enjoy the ride of her redemption more than I would have a year ago. And so speaking of allies, I love how June tries to work Fred. And it almost works, you know. But then, I mean, because Lawrence kind of gets in the way, but I mean, I think in the end that she would have been barking up the wrong tree. But I do love watching Joseph Fiennes' face take information in. You ever just watch him like intensely listen to someone? Looks like he's about to kill you like as soon as you finish talking. But he was really great in this, and then just telling her that Lawrence doesn't like to be bored. And then he humiliates June and, you know, playing these games. And you see that, you know, like he may have helped people, but he doesn't change the fact that he's a piece of fucking shit. Oh, well, I swore, so fuck it. And that he's killing many, many people because he believes in this. He says it, you know, like, you guys are going to, you know, like, I'm making you a better world. Yeah. Don't all maniacs, I think they're doing the right thing. Yeah. Crazy people don't know they're crazy, that kind of thing. But when he takes her, well, like, I mean, first they have it out, and that's a great scene. I mean, he lays into her, and here's the thing, he's doing that kind of Thanos thing where he almost makes sense. If you haven't seen Infinity War, you don't know what I'm talking about, but you know, Thanos is a villain. He's doing something that almost makes sense, and when he says it, it almost makes sense. And you think that what Lawrence is saying almost makes sense, but it's not, and it's crazy. It's just flat out crazy. You know, a lot of crazy people are really intelligent, and Lawrence is one of them. And you know, when she finally lays into him, his only answer is to prove, you know, like, oh yeah, okay, let's take this a step further. And that was a DeLorean that they drove, right? They had the doors go up. Anyway, always can spot the DeLorean. Okay, Back to the Future fan. Taking her to where the people are about to be sent off to the colonies. All these people that I'm presuming are like prisoners of war. Or whatever, you know, liberated for whatever, you know, to be used as whatever. Yeah, things are so much better, right? And making her choose the 5 Marthas and her not, him thinking he's made her, you know, made the point, and getting back in the car and everything, and then, you know, he's this big man again, and now, though, with the conversation that, you know, and it had to be Serena at the meeting that, you know, when they said that there was somebody there to meet her. But first, I guess we got to talk about Nick and her. I mean, Nick and her and Luke are proof that people can love more than one person at a time. I mean, Luke, you know, I mean, they don't know about each other, but it's, or maybe I know they met, right, in season 2, but I don't know if they know each other yet, but still it proves that, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, just the heart, you know, whatever. I think I'm digging myself a hole about Nick and that whole thing, but they have a moment, and that's nice. He's a commander, and, you know, she does lay into him pretty hard, but he's still there waiting there for her. So, I mean, I think he knew she just needed to get that out there because she missed her, you know, opportunity and everything, and she just wants out of this. The whole thing with I missed talking about the whole thing with the blood yesterday. That was really good. That's what made me think that his wife, Lawrence's wife, was acting a little bit. But anyway, jumping back to episode 2, we're at flashbacks right now. But then the meeting between her and Serena happening, and just that kind of back and forth, and I know talking about all the mothers that have lost their kids and everything, and it may be a little on the nose, but I mean, I guess it's just kind of, that's what needed to be said. And then we have the whole thing at the end, which I almost picked for this because, I mean, I just, you know, she does change her mind, and, you know, picks 5 really qualified Marthas to, I wanted to pick that because she looks like she's like evil right there, but she's plotting. And so, yeah, she picked some really good Marthas to like help with the resistance. And I guess in a way, you know, after she picked him and everything, showing Lawrence like I can do it, but also like, I don't know, what's next? That kind of situation. So, and I mean, she does say, you know, I think you'll try to do the right thing. That kind of stuff. The guy who starts to see the people that, like a serial killer, you know, a serial killer doesn't want its victims to have a personality, to have a name, to like have to acknowledge it as something, as a person. And that's kind of what she's doing here a little bit to him. I'm not saying well, I mean, he's a mass murderer, right? I mean, technically sending all those people out knowing they're going to die, you know. So anyway, big episode, big things happening, and it's just the beginning. And now we got a week to wait for the next episode, but thank God I did all 3 tonight. I hope they weren't too terrible. I know they feel a little rushed, and it's because they are. But now that I'll have a week in advance to watch the next one, and then we'll only be doing one at a time throughout the rest of the season. So that's aces for me. So coming up next is going to be the Black Mirror season. What is it? Season 5 now. They got 3 episodes, so those will be the next 3 reviews. I'm going to space those out in between the other stuff that I do. So anyway, otherwise we're doing Last of Us walkthrough. We've got Good Omens to finish. We've got Dark Season 1 to finish. I've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to review for the Sam Rockwell month thing. There's so much. And I got my Patreon reviews. So things are stacking up on me really quickly. So bear with me if I don't get to everything right away or as soon as I wish I could. But anyway, if you like this review, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all that rigmarole. Otherwise, I want to thank a couple of returning viewers. Man, I remember... I can't remember your names now because I'm putting pressure on myself. But Sematika, if I'm saying your name right, welcome back. And then I'll remember the other one for the next video. So I haven't forgotten about you, even though I've temporarily forgot you until the next video. Sorry. Have a great night.